Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, we're going to dive right in. Is that cool?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Well, welcome back to Catching Up with the Camdens. I'm Beverly Mitchell.
I'm Mackenzie Rosman.
And I'm David.
And we've got a special guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Marla Sokoloff, and I don't know, what am I? Who am I?
Well,
I'm terrible at this.
I mean, you've done so many things.
We're starting with the deep questions.
We're starting, yeah.
Who are you?
Yes.
Who am I?
Really?
Guys, who am I?
This is an entirely different podcast. No, I mean, we were so lucky to have you on a very special episode of Seventh Heaven.
Yeah.
One of, I think I've mentioned many a times that it was one of my favorite episodes. One, because it was a headline that was pulled from my actual life, based on a friend of mine who passed away. And Marla played the older sister, Jen, correct?
Oh, I don't know.
Of Sarah.
That's-
I think your
Okay.
your little sister, because I think you were the one that could drive.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember my character name. I definitely remember bits and pieces. So you're going to have to fill in the blanks.
I mean, I think that this entire podcast is us filling in the blanks of all the things that we don't remember.
There's so much blank.
There's
mean-
a lot of blank, yeah.
There's a lot of blanks
Mostly
because
gray matter.
what we've been trying to explain to people
blank.
is how the memories, like everything's so, like, I mean, you know, from Full House and Fuller House, is like the fans remember so much more than we do.
Like literally episodes that I don't remember filming, people will come and talk to me about. And I'm like, are you sure I was on that?
And in detail, right? Like they like it's
Looks through residuals. Wait a minute.
it's incredible how much our fans have been able to retain what we've done, and then for us, we're like, nah, I don't think so. Did I do that? And then you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I
And
totally did.
It's also because for the fans that like for the real big fans of the work that we've done on all of these shows, the shows are evergreen for them. They rewatch them all the time. They go back, like, and whereas we maybe reviewed the episode when it came out, but then we were working and moving on with the show, trying to stay focused on the work in front of us. And, for them, they get to revisit it all the time. So, like, it's fresh for them. And for us, we're just, like, trying to play catch up, I feel, at this point.
And you also had the really cool experience, Marla, of being on the original Full House and then also being a part of the reboot and coming back for Fuller House as well. How is that? How is that being able to revisit a character that you played, like, so many years ago, and then coming back as an adult? And
Yeah.
what was that like?
I mean, that was like the most surreal. And I went in the second season of Fuller House. So they had already all processed the insanity of like, playing the same characters and being on the same stage that the original show filmed on. Like everything felt like you were walking
The
back
Twilight
in time,
Zone.
Literally. And so I remember my first day back on Fuller House, or my first day on Fuller House, I was just weirding out the whole time, like at the table read, I couldn't believe it. But like I said, everybody else had already gone through that stage of like, shock of the whole thing. But it was really fun. I mean, to be able to revisit a character, that you played when you were 12 and 13, it was very fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody always asks us what a reboot would look like, and we have no clue.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about it?
I mean, everyone's thought about it. I think the fans have thought about it way more than we have thought about
Yeah.
it. But
and to be fair, I think over the couple of decades that we've been gone, I think it's the idea's floated around a few times, in different versions of it,
What would it look like?
Yeah. But I don't know.
But it's not happening. So that is not in our not in our future, and that is fine.
Wait, why are you saying that? I don't think that's true.
Just I don't, not at this juncture. That not in this current space and time. Is that a reality for us? But that's okay. I think it's been really fun to kind of like dive back in. And what's crazy too is our show, like, we had so many amazing guest stars, you included. And like you had an incredible body of work, even prior to and after. And that's what's also been so fun is like connecting with all of these, all of our peers, and to see what people have done, and some people who got their starts on our show, some people who were already big actors prior to ever coming on the show. Because a lot of people, I mean, you were in everything. You did so many, and you were often the bad girl, right?
Always the bad girl. Yeah.
I
don't know why.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I feel
why?
like people ask me all the time, like, why did you always play the bad girl? Like, I had some sort of pick of the litter, like, you know, oh, I'm gonna play this role next. You know, it's like we all know as actors, you get the jobs, you know, as they come, or you take the jobs as they come. I don't know why I always was the bad girl. I mean, I'm grateful for it because, like, obviously the more fun parts to play.
Yeah.
People just love to hate you or something. I'm not sure.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I just have a resting bitch face. You know? I really do, and I feel like
way to make it work.
I don't even know I'm doing it. Like, I'll be in a store or something, and like I think people think that I'm unfriendly, but I'm not. I'm like, you know, just a normal gal who wants to chat. But at rest, it doesn't appear that way.
So your resting is not like a super like warm smile. It's more
No.
just like
No.
yeah. So
Resting is not warm and inviting.
no, okay, got it. All right. I mean, wait.
Does your family say this too, or?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask them if they really thought this about me.
Do I seem warm and inviting, guys?
But I
Oh my
mean,
God.
honestly, way to make it work and pay the bills. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if you've
Yes.
got it, like, make it work for you. So
Absolutely.
that's
I leaned on in.
I know, because we're looking at your credits, because you've got
Dude, where's my car?
Yeah,
Was that fun?
how was? Oh yeah.
Do you remember doing Dude, Where's My Car?
That one I do remember because I was older. I think I was like 21 or 21. And I remember it so well because, you know, Ashton Kutcher was like at the height of that 70s show. So it was so exciting to work with him. I had like such a huge crush on Sean William Scott. He was so hot and such a nice guy. And then Jennifer Garner and I playing twin sisters was just the silliest, stupidest casting of all time. But we had so much fun.
I love Jen Garner. I would totally geek out because she is like one of my favorites. I
think
just want to
she's
be
everybody's
friends. I want to
favorite.
just be friends with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a fun person to be friends with. She's just exactly how you want her to be and think she will be is how she is. You know, she's just authentic and fantastic.
Love to hear that. I also loved her on Alias because I also loved like she was a nice girl, but played a badass. But that's
Yeah.
a sidebar. We're not talking about. I mean, this is not about Jennifer Garner, even though I do love her. And also Babysitters Club. How was that?
Oh yeah.
Again, you
Babysitter's
played
Club,
a
was
bad
that, I'm trying
girl.
to think of was that before Seventh Heaven time? I'm wondering.
I think that was
Yeah.
right around the same time because it was 1995, and also I think. Well, actually, no. When did we?
It would've
Seventh
been
Heaven
before.
episode
It was
would not have
before.
been-
It was
wasn't
before.
first
Yeah,
season.
It was
would've been
before. Yeah, because
Okay.
Nothing Doors But Change was season 2.
Which should have been 97.
77, yeah.
Yeah, because it happened. The real life thing happened in 1996. So yeah, it was the year.
So what
after.
have you been up to lately?
She's got a lot of exciting things that she wrote a great hit of a film.
I did. I wrote a Christmas movie called The Merry Gentleman, which was on this past Christmas that Chad Michael Murray starred in, and
It was a very
How
different type of
fun.
Christmas. But hold on, it's not like your typical Christmas film. So like explain,
No.
because it was a total. I mean,
it was like a Magic
departure.
Mike
Oh my God.
type of
That's
it was
fantastic.
like, but like not raunchy, but like just like a little bit raunchy, dirty movie about these guys who live in a small town, of course, as one does in a Christmas film. And, you know, the local bar is struggling, and the daughter of the owner of this bar decides that she is going to have like male strippers come and perform and get the rent up.
Is-
We really got to make some money here.
Is
Merry
this because you
Christmas.
wanted Chad Michael Murray to take his shirt off again?
I mean,
you're like,
when
"Ah,
they
it's
said
gotta be a
that
stripper."
Chad Michael Murray was interested, I was literally like, I couldn't even think of a better casting.
Career change
like
for my maker.
literally. I mean, and him without a shirt on, you guys, it's everything you wanted and more.
I know even now, like I mean, because everybody wanted it when One Tree Hill
he
was
didn't let
happening.
himself go in any way. Like there's
Good
so
to
many
know.
ups.
Nobody's
know.
asking us for these roles.
They
Do
will.
you really
They're coming,
want
though.
them? Is my question.
No, actually.
I was so thrilled to not be in their position because all of the guys, they like, of course, were on like high protein.
Oh, they are
diets.
objectified
They,
in a
they
movie.
loved it. It was
What?
about freaking time. Okay?
Yeah, that it's not about us females having to have the perfect body, and it's
Yeah.
just leave
And
it all.
everybody on set staring at them.
There was, like,
instead of
They had their
Yeah.
separate craft service table, which was just celery sticks.
and chicken.
Yeah, and chicken.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
Diving back into our show,
Yeah.
too, because we're here to talk about that as well. What did you? We've. It's been fun to kind of ask everyone like if they remember anything like coming onto the set, like how our set was different, or like what did you guys feel? Like
I do remember very specifically being in like the schoolroom with like you and I don't remember. I don't know. Were you guys in the schoolroom at the time? I don't
we
think
had
you were.
different
they were
ones.
probably next door.
Yeah.
because
okay,
we
then that's
each-
why I don't. Re-
She
you guys in the
shared with
little kid
Jesse,
area?
but then we didn't have anyone close enough to our grade, so we had
Yeah,
individual.
we out.
Were
they-
you in preschool?
Private school. No.
You were in kinder,
First grade.
first grade. Okay,
And but
Preschool?
I know because she's like she's an itty
my
bitty
daughter
baby.
is about to start. I'm about to have a school age child in a month.
How old is your daughter?
Preschool. 3.
Oh, so same as my daughter's 3.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
Bev, is your daughter?
She's 5, just turned 5.
Oh, she just turned 5. Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
and the
should
youngest
probably
child
get it
avoid
together
that.
and put her in school. We'll figure that out, but that's like on another.
Wait, stop. She's not in school.
But no.
Isn't that kindergarten?
You
age?
like to hang out with your kids. A
I
lot
do.
More than think.
I do like to spend as much time as humanly possible with them. But she has notified me of my failings and has told me how I have not taught her all of her letters and I have not taught her all of her numbers and that I need to get it together.
Well, what does she count
But
as all of them? Like
but-
up to 1,000?
But
or-
Kenzie just started working with her on her states, and she knows like half of the U.S. already. She knows, and she could point to them. She knows like where all the states are. So I
She'll
mean,
be
I
a
was gonna say, you
savant.
got-
She'll
you
be
got
really
the
good at
other
a few
kids that-
things.
that
So
can step in
she'll
with the
figure it
tutoring.
out. I mean,
She's gonna be great.
She's
you
gonna be
guys,
self-taught.
we were tutored our whole life, so I mean, I think they'll be fine. They'll figure it out. Right?
Absolutely.
They will.
Or
They
the
will.
authorities
Wait,
will. One or
How
the
old is
other.
Kenzie now?
Kenzie's 12.
Oh my god.
12 and Hutton is 10. So I've got 12, 10, and 5.
And
So-
do they go to school?
Yeah, yes, they do.
So have you been writing for a while now? I mean, you said you did a Christmas movie recently. And
Yeah.
What other things?
So
How
I
did
mean,
you fall
basically
into that?
about 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, I just shifted away from acting.
Mm-hmm.
I really developed an extreme passion for directing, and that's what I put my focus toward. I took 2 years off from acting to just shadow directors and learn as much as I can, even though we all grew up on set. So it's like,
It's a
the
totally different
foundation
thing.
is, yeah, it's there. And yeah, just naturally always was writing, like, even when I was still acting, just trying to write as much as I could with the intention of putting myself in things, just so I don't have to wait for jobs.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just love it so much, but I still love being in front of the camera, but prefer behind the camera.
Awesome. That's really
Nice.
cool.
I mean, I think that's it is funny that I think all of us, especially us set kids who like grew up on set, it's like it's hard to imagine doing anything else. So it's also fun to kind of transition to the other sides and the other facets of.
Well, it's just neat to know how all of the different cogs make it spin around and how each one works, I think.
Well,
And
I
that's
think
probably
it's-
what you get to do as a producer, too, is just sort of be a jack of all trades, in a sense, to some degree.
But I understand what we said. Like, you spend a couple years shadowing directors, even though you grew up on sets, and I.
But you
I
didn't grow
relate
up
to that-
watching dailies and all of that.
But I relate to
But,
the necessity of when you're on set as an actor, you're preoccupied. You have you have your character in your head. You're always we know how the set operates, but to actually give yourself the room to be on a set and allow your focus to be on what the director is doing and the actual details of not only the job, but the kind of the minutia, the day-to-day of it, right? That is got to be really valuable to put you in the right space to transition,
Oh, 100%. I mean, and there's also, production meetings that we were never allowed to go in,
Right.
and, things
Yeah.
that,
Actors are very, kept in their own bubble, oftentimes,
Yeah.
to be honest. For
well,
good
and
reason.
it's a very
like,
insular
no,
job,
you don't
right?
need to
Like,
know
you're
that.
just worried about you.
Yeah.
You're not worried about, losing your location. If that happens,
Exactly.
they'll tell you where to go, or, you being over budget. Like, this is not a problem that we ever had to worry about.
Right.
It's like, learn your lines, make sure you fit in your wardrobe and show up prepared. So
monkey.
it is like, to your point, really important to, I think, have that other side of the set experience, before
Yeah.
jumping into that position,
Yeah. Well, we're so focused on the very last thing in production, which is what actually ends up being put on film. But there's a mountain of work that happens before that to get to that moment where we are worried about our lines and our performance, So to
Yeah.
give yourself the space to kind of learn that process, because there's so much of that
That's
even if you're on set every day, you don't see.
I think
Nope.
that's probably why also the DGA program is so difficult to get into, and once you're into it, the internship sort of period is so long because there is just so much to watch and learn before.
It is a craft that requires kind of your presence to really you can only teach so much of it off of a set. You really need to kind of, because so much of set is reacting to problems in real time, having the ability to do that. You kind of have to be on a set to learn that,
I think we also all found that we also really enjoyed working with directors who had been actors because, I think
Yeah, that's a good point.
the understanding that an actor can bring and ways in which to communicate without telling. Without telling someone how to say their lines, but
How to do it, yeah.
exactly is a true gift. I think I always really enjoyed Tony Mordente, one of our favorites, because he never told us how to do this scene. He would just make suggestions or just check in with us or say something that could be so random that would actually trigger a different take.
Yeah, I always like directors that talk to you about the scene as opposed to telling you how to change moments, to talk to you about what's happening in the scene so that you can come to a decision about something maybe differently, or that's how it felt more collaborative when that happened.
And every actor works so different too that it's
That's true, yeah.
I've worked with actors who really want to be directed, and after every take they look at you like, is that good? Or, give me something. And then I've worked with actors who don't want your direction aside from blocking or technical stuff, and you could see you really mess with their process. And I think when you're an actor, you can sense that right away. It's like we've all been in that space on set with people who have their really specific way of working, or if you're in an acting class, you see certain things that you pick up on everybody's ways.
You can read people.
And you can read people, and I think that that's really important as a director, because that can make or break your relationship with an actor. An actor will hate you right off the bat if you are overly directing an actor who doesn't want that, and they just won't trust you. So I guess my point is, when you have been on set around other actors, you see how everybody works differently.
We spent 10 to 11 years together, but like also with you had a great long run on The Practice, and like what was that like, and like what was that set like, and what was that world like?
Yeah, I mean, I was similar to Mackenzie, where I was the young one on that. You know, I was like 17 when I started that job, and everybody was, you know, in their 40s. You know, maybe some of them were in their 30s, and so I was just. It felt like not alone. I wasn't lonely, but it was like just me. You know, like on the little kids. I was in school by myself. You know, that kind of a thing. But it was awesome, and everybody was so great, and any like drama that they had going on was always like with the older crew, so I was always out of it, you know, like I was like a fly on the wall watching everything happen, you know, but I didn't ever involve myself in any of it. Not that there was a ton. It was a very happy set. But yeah, such a great experience, and I'm such a person who, I'm a creature of habit, you know, I like going to the same place. I like working with the same people. Working on the same character. So that was amazing. And I don't know if you guys felt like this, but I remember so many specific moments feeling like this will never happen again. Like this is a once in a lifetime.
Totally. I think there's plenty of times where we're just like, you know, we definitely hit the lottery. But even at the same time, like David has mentioned, we thought we were done after every season. So like, we were just excited to do what we could do, but like, you know, after every season we're like, all right, well, that's probably it.
Really? Why did you think that?
Well, we were told that on many occasions, honestly, that like, yeah, well, I think that's it, you know, so like, good job, everybody, we'll see you, you know, stay in touch, kind of a thing. And then we would get the call through the break, you know, that actually we were coming back, and eventually it became kind of a running joke on our set, you know, that we were that this was it, you know. But I think in a way that impending kind of end that we felt from the beginning kind of made each season feel like a gift. It gave us that you know, that appreciation back, you know, every season, where like we kind of felt like, oh well, we get another shot, you know,
and we were
again.
Officially canceled season 10, and our network dissolved, and then we got the miraculous call that CW then jumped on, and then we came back for season 11. But like, you know, we definitely had so many goodbyes. There was a lot of goodbyes.
I just think it helped foster a sense of appreciation, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
For what it was worth, you know, that we
which I think is amazing, because I mean, there's a lot of actors who don't have that, like, not fear, but like it's a gratitude that like makes you feel so lucky to do what you're doing. And I think sometimes actors forget that it's like the best job ever, and you're so lucky.
I mean, 100%. I mean, I also think that I'm so grateful that we grew up in the industry when we did, because I felt like we were in the glory days. Like we, you know, we were able to still be kids while being on hit TV shows, while doing everything, but also still have a life outside. Because what was that like for you also, you know, kind of juggling, you know, your whole actor side of life, but then also, you know, just being a kid who's growing up and trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, 100%, I agree with you, like glory days. And I think that's why, you know, podcasts like yours and Jody's and Christine's, like people are so interested in that, because it was such a different time, and it was such an amazing time, and there was no social media, and there was no, you know, paparazzi or whatever. Like it was just, you were you. And I mean, and thank God, because if anybody found out half the things that we were up to, it would be bad news bears, at least in my world. But got into a lot of trouble. But yeah, I think I was actually really good at, what was that?
I said you were just trying to fulfill the bad girl image, and
yeah,
you were just doing
you were just
getting into character.
You were a character study. You just really wanted to see what, research. I mean, I get it.
Research. but I was really good at that. I had a lot of friends who weren't actors, and my mom and dad were. If I wasn't on a set, I was in school. So I went to quote unquote normal school, and even in high school, I took my sophomore and junior year, and I went to like a normal high school.
What high school did you go to?
I went to well, okay. Now you're gonna be like, that's not a normal high school, but it is. It's called LACSA. It's the LA County High School of the Arts. So it's all different arts. Like there's visual arts and dance and theater, and it's a great school.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I went there. I'm hoping one of my daughters wants to go there because I want to go back.
We all at some point went to Chaminade.
Oh, how funny!
Yeah. Well, I was there first, and then everybody else soon followed because
You're a trendsetter. See that you were cool.
I'm not cool. I don't think that going to Chaminade made me.
We're
cool.
gonna by the
Oh, wait,
end of
that's
this
why you
week
know
we'll figure out
Crystal.
whether or not Bev's been
Yes,
cool.
I know Crystal Minkoff because she went to
of Chaminade.
Chaminade, and I went
That's
to
right.
school with her brother. Her brother was in my grade, Jeff.
Got it.
Yes.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely funny that as we get older, how small the circle truly is. Like, I mean,
I think
it's
yeah.
a very, very small circle.
I think it's really important too, though, for like child actors to have, some experiences of going to a normal school. Or
Agreed.
else I mean, so much of the social development, for that age is missing when you're the only child, surrounded by 100 adults every day, and you wonder, you're like, can I socialize with children? I know how to talk to like 30 somethings, but like, and along with all the other age-appropriate milestones that involve other children, but
I also think,
But
like, I
it's-
don't know if people ask you guys this a lot, but I get this asked this question all the time. Like, would you put your kids in acting?
Yeah.
And my answer is always, I'll support my children in whatever they want to do, but they're never going to leave school for it. Like you
Yeah.
could do the school plays and you can take acting classes and work on your craft, but we're not like leaving elementary school to get an agent, because I think, to your point, it is so important to live that part of your life. We have so much time to work and so much time to have the adult experiences that I think that finite amount of time of being a kid is so important.
to discover all the things that they can be too
Yeah.
before
Exactly.
being something.
And I also think the
Yeah.
industry is different today. Like, it is a different industry than we grew up in. So I think that the kids are no longer, like, we were still kids on set. We were kids on set. We had an adult job, but we still were kids. We were still able to be kids. I think that nowadays it's just a little bit more, these are kids trying to be mini adults.
I think some things are better and some things are worse, and you could say that about many. Like it's different when our experience was different than it was 20 years ago. Probably.
Well,
prior
20
to that,
years
where
ago
they were,
was
like,
our
hopping
experience.
kids full of amphetamines, be like, you shoot for days, Judy Garland. But we didn't have that.
That
It
was
better
longer than
that.
20 years ago.
I know.
Because we were 20 years ago.
I know.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm just like really stuck on
20
the
years
20 years.
before our experience.
Got it.
But
Sure.
the social media definitely would make it difficult. But that we hear a lot of stories about sets that were on at the same time as ours that were horrible. So for
That's
those
true.
reasons,
Yeah.
I'm glad that things have changed.
No, I think you're right about that. I don't think different
but-
means better or worse.
True.
It just means different.
Yeah.
And the industry goes through phases every decade or two.
The 90s weren't great for everyone.
It's constantly in that state of
So-
flux. But I think we are lucky for the era that we were in. I think we had it pretty great, on our set.
Sure.
We had one of those positive examples of a set experience in that era. That not all of the examples from that era
Yeah.
were positive by any stretch.
I
But
think it was that made it good.
Yeah.
It was not necessarily that it was the
part of
greatest
that is
era.
luck of the
for-
draw,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And do a lot of people ever recognize you from your episode on Seventh Heaven? Or, I mean, do you ever have people come up to you and say that?
I think I get recognized like from that time.
Right.
A lot. People will say something like, you look so familiar. What were you on? Like, and a lot of times they'll be like, you were like kind of bitchy, and they can't remember what
What do you
show it was
say?
on.
What do you say typically?
I always lead with Full House because
Yeah.
that is pretty much like 80% of the time of
Yes.
what people are recognizing me from. And then the practice. It depends on like their, age.
It's always the vibe.
The
do
day
you
of the
ever just
week.
go like, oh, where did you go to school? Oh no, I didn't go there. No, that's,
I don't.
oh, man, we'll get to the
school thing
bottom of
kills
it.
me. Or like, did you?
I
were
like
you
to
friends
work with
my
people,
brother?
It's like, oh man, what's do you know John? Do you know John? You don't know John? Oh, weird.
Yeah.
You just
Like, I
mess
guess
with
that's
people.
not how
Yeah,
you
I
know
do.
me.
Yeah, I do.
I always get the like, you were friends with my like you're like a cousin, or you're like friends with my brother, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I mean, to be honest, sometimes being like, well, you probably know me from TV just feels a little cringe. So you got to
So
like,
cringe.
I
you
don't-
know, like, what are you going to say? I mean, I don't know.
I don't usually say anything.
That's why I like to sit there and spitball with people. You know?
Exactly.
Let's figure this out. Where do we know each other?
And then when they finally figure it out and be like, oh, you were on the show, and you're like, oh, no, that's not me.
Just walk away.
So what's up next for you, Marla? What do you got? What do you got brewing? What's on the
What do I have
horizon?
brewing? So I just wrote another movie. That's really fun with my writing partner. It's kind of like a younger adult, like super bad era kind of movie.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, and I am going to be directing another Christmas movie, but not for this Christmas. It's going to be for the following Christmas. Yeah,
But you
so
got to film
that's-
that this Christmas,
Right.
For next Christmas, right?
Probably in summer.
in summer.
Exactly. We're going
August,
to probably
July.
film it in January.
There you
so
go.
it's
There
still
you
There you go. That
snowy.
makes sense.
Nice to the
Oh.
actors.
Oh, you don't want to film a Christmas movie in Louisiana in July, because that's fun.
Did you just do that?
Sounds great.
It wasn't. I didn't just do it, but it will forever haunt me because it was
Louisiana.
100
issues.
plus
Put this parka on.
with humidity
Uh-huh.
and shooting a Christmas movie in July in Louisiana. Yeah, it was fun.
No, this one
Let's get to it.
specifically needs snow, so we're lucky for that.
You know what? That's
but
smart. That's smart. Let's just let's
I've
isolate it.
done that. I've done that hot coat in July before.
Or
and
in
it's
a
not
car
cute.
that isn't turned on.
Well, thank you for doing that, because that is actually kind to
Yeah.
your
See?
actors.
Directors
selfish
who have been
reasons,
actors.
Yeah,
you know?
Don't
again,
boil their actors.
You know, you understand, you have lived it, so you are not subjecting to your cast and crew to.
You'll
the-
save
Yeah.
a lot of money on powder too.
That's true.
Exactly. I hate fake snow unless it's done really well.
I mean,
I like the real stuff.
And
you
when
know?
is it really done well? Not very often.
Have you guys seen? It's like on TikTok where it's like One Tree Hill or something like that, and they're walking through snow, and the camera's on the snow, but it's like the snow blankets. And because I am gonna find it. I think it's One Tree Hill. It is so funny, and like it was on TV, and nobody noticed it. But
Well,
then
the
like internet
quality of
sleuths
TV
who
is
love
so
One
bad.
Tree Hill went through it and found this clip. It is so funny, Bev. I'm gonna text it to you so you could show
yeah,
it.
No,
we're
the
gonna
thing
have
to.
is, it's like 4K TV. It really ruined a lot of tricks that used to work
That's true.
for television.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The old
That's-
shopping bags.
That's what it is. Maybe we shouldn't remaster some things.
Well, remember,
like,
we started Seventh Heaven where we were on like true, legitimate film.
Yeah.
Like we
That's right,
we
yeah.
had to we had to
Checking
check
the
the
gate.
gate. We had to check
Yep.
the gate. Like the good old days.
The good old gate days.
The
and
good old gate days. And actually, I think that's when you were on the show. We had to check the gate. we, for season
something
2.
was printed.
Yeah, we had to,
Right.
we
something was printed.
yeah, we had to wait
yes.
for our dailies. They weren't automatic. You couldn't like you
And
know.
sometimes, by the way,
Polaroids.
like I'm okay with that, like lagging, like because sometimes the
better.
digital stuff comes in so fast that I can't keep up with it. You know, like I'll get home from work, you know, at 7 or whatever, 8 o'clock at night, and you're like about to eat your dinner, and then you get an email like with the dailies.
Yeah.
It's so fast that I'm like, we just did this.
Yeah.
You're
like, I need
to
a-
walk away for a minute.
I need to
Yeah.
transition my mind so like I can have a minute to like to go
Yeah,
back.
I would
and
hate that.
It's so
Like, this is
fast.
my me time.
Literally, but I think it's like the glory days again because it's like that didn't happen.
That's crazy.
Mm.
And how has it been? You know, I mean, the juggle with working and being full time mommy too, because you know you got your 3 kiddos, and busy doing it. And thank you for making time because we know it's summer and we
of
know.
course. I'm
know
sorry that
it's-
I wasn't able to get out there. I mean, I think I have a theory, and it's probably a very, it's, some people will argue this theory, but I think it's really hard to do both well. Like, I think, it's summer, I'm not working right now, and I'm like crushing it as a mom. I'm here for all the things. I don't miss a thing. We're having home cooked meals. And then when I'm off working, it's really bleak. They're eating scraps and hitchhiking. And, it's so hard to do both at the same time, like, and be good at both. It just is. Like,
It's true.
Yep.
And I feel like it's just has to be said, because I always feel like I'm failing in some area.
Well, and I think it's important to also, I think I applaud you for admitting it because I also think it's important for other people to know that, like, it's okay
I
that
feel
you're
better
not.
for hearing that.
Yeah,
actually.
it's okay that you're
So-
not 100% crushing it at all times. It's okay that, like, sometimes it's going to swing one way where, like, if you're giving 90% of your time to this, then obviously you're not going to have
It's like,
100% left.
You only have 100% to give.
Exactly.
You can't.
So, and I think now that we're all kind of in this position where we all have kids now, I still
I hate
don't
to bring
feel grown up.
Social media again, but that is a big contributing factor, I think, into making people feel that they are not enough.
Oh.
I mean, I sometimes will have
You
friends
know.
call me and they're like, "Oh my God, you're doing so well," or whatever. Like, I see you on Instagram. It looks like you're doing so well. And I'm like, babe, that's Instagram. Like, why are you believing that? It's fake.
Yeah, I think it's 100%. I feel like there's because we're comparing ourselves to very unrealistic. Like, I mean, honestly, I look at my house. I wish it was organized. I wish I had my crap together, and I wish I could see my countertops. But the reality is, my kids just throw everything on it. So, like, yeah, I don't know what color my countertop is because I don't get to see it very often. Maybe I'll go home and clean when I get home.
I mean,
Make the kids clean.
You want to know how the kids will clean? Is everything will be gone
Terrible
and it will
idea.
all end up in the trash. So
Just put that out there.
Yeah.
Bad strategy. No.
I don't know. But you're right. It didn't work for my parents either.
How does that work with it? Ophelia likes to clean though.
Actually, this week she's been picking things up. Yeah, she will.
The trick is you got to give your kids the fun job, okay? Lily helps me
She
out,
likes
but
to
she's
help.
got to run the vacuum.
She wants
okay?
to do.
She
Oh yeah,
gets the
Philly
mop.
loves the vacuum.
Those are the fun jobs. You got to give them the fun
Cute.
My
jobs.
kids actually love
She's in.
unloading the dishwasher.
Does your 3-year-old want to help with everything? Because mine does. Anything I let her.
No.
Ew.
I'm going to send her to your house. She likes to help with making a mess.
Well, that too. Oh yeah, help is on both sides of it. It doesn't even cancel each other out. It's like,
Right.
you know, messier than not having a 3-year-old for sure.
Right.
But-
100%. Wait, Bev, you have to do the kind of cleaning I do, which is I just take a garbage bag and start throwing everything away.
I mean-
Really? You don't have like a bunch of junk closets?
I definitely threaten that all the time. I threaten that if it's on the floor, then that means it's trash. But then they like to point out my stuff.
So like,
Yeah, but then
And
it
that's
backfires.
problematic. That's problematic because, but we're figuring it out. Eventually, but again, I still I'm really struggling with the fact that I'm like supposed to be an adult at this point because I just still don't feel like I've really truly grown up. I feel like but maybe one day it'll happen.
do you ever feel like you were in some ways an adult when you were still a kid?
100%.
But now that you're an adult, you feel like you're still a kid?
I was more of an adult when I was 15.
Yeah.
And by the way, I apologize to everyone if I
I
was
miss
bossy
being
and
mature for my age. God. No.
Now we're expected to be mature and we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, is that just me? Or is that just everybody?
It must be everyone if it's me. Just kidding.
I know you will always be the baby to me, Mac.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Aw.
a little bit. I mean, because and you've stayed in touch with everybody as well. Like you have so many of your castmates that you are still kind of have those relationships with because we have lifers, right?
We have livers, and it's been fun, like with you, Bev, too,
Yeah.
because we have kids the same age, so we've done like baby music class together,
Yep.
and we had
Cool.
the same friend group. Like that's been so fun too.
I know we had you on Hollywood Darlings, which was really fun too.
Oh, yeah.
Is your oldest
Yep.
around How old is your oldest?
She's
the-
13.
13. Okay, yeah.
I know this middle school thing. Wow,
Oof.
I'm not ready. Not.
It is. I mean, honestly, you know what? It does get fun though, because everybody says, you know, oh, it's so sad to watch your kids grow up. And it is true. Like, I want them to stay little forever. But now Elliot's like my buddy, you know, and not like that way. We're like, we're friends. I'm not a cool mom, you know, not that vibe, but like, she's just, you know, the older years are fun too.
Most
Yeah.
of your kid's life, though, you'll be two, adults who know each other, or
That's true.
Yeah, so this period in time in which we can let them be exactly who they're supposed to be and figure it out is.
I think that's the way to go, though. You want to, like, it's great when they're little, but every phase has its joys, and you want to be present for each one. You don't want to, like, reminisce too soon about, oh, they were just this little and now they're this
It could
little.
be really great when
There's-
they're
it's-
40 in their 40s and you're in your, whatever.
Ooh.
I love
But
all
it
the
could be
little
a cool
milestones,
period, though. Like there are so many things to look forward to that, or even after the childhood years. Hopefully,
And
if you do the childhood years well enough, I think. Right? Yeah. What?
No,
You're looking at me. I have no more to say.
No, I like this wisdom. I like this. Well, thank you so much, Marla. You are amazing, and
you
everyone
for
has
having me
loved
on.
you on all of the things that you've been on. Which
I'm gonna
is
watch your strip club Christmas movie,
Yes.
The Strippers
Britt
Christmas.
busted out.
It's out now.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, it came out last Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was hot. It was. I mean, hot. That's just coming out the
So many
wrong-
hots.
So many hots. But you know what I mean. I was like, it was very popular. Everybody loved it, and also hot because the guys were taking off all their shirts and stuff. And I'm just gonna stop talking. Somebody turn off my mic. I should. When I get awkward and uncomfortable,
Nope.
and
This
here.
is payback.
So you have the resting bitch face, and I have like where I can't stop talking, and I just insert foot and mouth over and over and over again. Would somebody just talk so that way I can stop?
Marla,
Hey guys. So
thank
anyway,
you so much for joining us.
Thanks for
We're
having me.
gonna stop before Beverly runs herself off the road.
I mean, it happens. So it has been such a pleasure. We appreciate you so much, and you were on such a special episode, and you were just also such a big part of the fabric of of our
The era.
existence in our era. So, and we're so excited for all that you've got going on and upcoming and everything. And so
Thank you.
everybody, just follow along and see what Marla's up to next, because we're there
Doing
too.
great.
You're doing
Oh,
great.
thanks, guys. and
It's
thanks
really
for having
wonderful
me
to see you
on.
again.
Really
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Hey guys, check us out on Patreon for early access to catching up with the Camdens episodes, exclusive group and individual content, access to all three of us via chat, and more.